Part 5 of building the ultimate AI agent for my students. Today, we're going to be going over custom CRM integration. Now, let's go real quick over to our n8n. And as you can see, this is what we had last time. It's already getting pretty complicated with all of these extra nodes, but this is what we're going to have by the end of today. Now, it looks a little bit crazy, but don't worry, I'm going to walk through it step by step with you. So really the only difference between this and this is that here, as you can see, we've added something called a CRM router. Now, what is that for? Well, basically, it's saying that in the past, we've basically been using Google Sheets because it's extremely easy to set up, and we can continue to use that if you want to. But all that we need to do is we can just say, what CRM do you want to use? If you want to use Google Sheets, then we'll just use these routes. If you want to use HubSpot, then we can use these routes. And then if you want to use Go High Level or any other CRM that you want, you just add it here and then you just fill it out. The logic is the exact same. So here, for example, you can see that we're putting the client's information into the database. And then here we're getting that information when we're using the Lookup client by phone tool. So pretty much what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be setting up this part of the route, which is for HubSpot specifically. Now, if you want to do this for any custom CRM, you would just replace this with HTTP requests. Or if they already have a native n8n node, then you would just do that. But it's literally the exact same thing. And if you guys want me to build it out specifically for your CRM, just let me know in the comments and I'll build it out and I'll update that to the template and then I'll let you guys know that I've updated it. Let's go ahead and get started with the first HubSpot node. So double click on here. All right, so once we're in this node, all we need to do is select the credential. And since we don't have one, we're going to create a new credential. Now, the easiest way to do this is using the app token. It's also the most secure way to do this, so that's how we're going to do it. Now, go over to HubSpot, and once you've signed up, then go ahead and go over to these gear settings, and then click on private apps. So when you're on the screen, go ahead and click on create a private app. We'll just call it n8n real quick, and then we're going to select some scopes. So once we get on this page, the scopes that we need are going to be the ones that deal with deals. So deals, read and write. And also we're going to need contacts, read and write. Now, once that's done, go ahead and hit update and then create the app. And now it's asking it to give us the access token, but make sure that you do not share the access token. And by the way, once you get a client, you're going to actually ask them to create this, and then you're going to ask them to give them your access token so that you can actually use it in n8n, but you don't want to give them your personal access token, okay? Continue creating. All right, here is the token. So just go ahead and copy that and then bring it back to n8n, paste, save. Connection tested successfully. So now you have just learned how to successfully create your credential and connect to HubSpot. So now that that is done, all that there's left to do is to fill out the property name or ID. As you can see, I've already filled out the code for this. Basically what we're doing is we're trying to search for the contact using the contact's phone number. So we're going to go ahead and type phone, and then we're going to select phone number. Perfect. Now, the reason why we're selecting phone number here is because over here, this is basically what's going to happen when we book the appointment. And then after we've booked the appointment, we're going to update or create that contact in HubSpot. So moving on to the next node, we're going to double click here. Credential is going to automatically update. Now, this is already fully completed, but basically what we're doing is we're creating the contact, then we're assigning it an email. This is going to be unique because it's going to be their phone number at a placeholder. And then we're going to set certain properties such as their first name, last name, and their phone number. Next, we're going to create a deal. Now, what is a deal in HubSpot? Well, usually a deal, all it means is how much that lead probably costs. So basically the point here is we're trying to estimate and keep track of how much basically money is coming into our pipeline. So for example, some different options of deals are presentation scheduled, closed, won, appointment scheduled, and so on and so forth. So the one that we'll use is called appointment scheduled. And for the deal type, it's going to be new business because this is going to be a new appointment. So that's fine. Perfect. So now that is actually all done. And really all there's left to do is to test it out to see that the information is being successfully updated into the HubSpot database. All right, so all that we need to do to test it is just make sure we go back and make sure that everything's set up properly. So go ahead and hit save, set it to active. then go back over to Vapi, and then we're just going to walk through it real quick. So this is the assistant. Everything looks fine here. System prompt looks good. Temperature, that's fine. Tools, as you can see, it has a total of 6 tools, which sounds correct. So that's it for that. Cool. Now go over to tools. Looks like we have our 6 tools and they all have the server URL, which looks fine. Okay. Now go back over to phone numbers and then make sure that the assistant is going to be assigned to the phone number. And by the way, one thing that I forgot to mention is we actually have to go back over here and we have to change the variables node in order to tell n8n which CRM we want to test out. So here, currently it's being set to Google Sheets, so we do need to change this. The name would just be equal to whatever the route is. So in this case, it would be HubSpot. So go ahead and just double click on this and then, oh no, this is the wrong one. Go ahead and click on variables and then change the CRM system to be HubSpot. All right, then go ahead and save. And then now I'm going to give that number a call. All right, so after doing some more testing, what I realized that we actually cannot combine these 2 routes into one single switch node, because what will actually happen is when I was calling the lookup client by phone number, what it was doing is it was actually executing both of these at the same exact time. But that's not what we want, because we only want to book the appointment and we only want to create the contact information when we're booking the appointment, not when we're doing this. So basically what we need to do here is we need to click this trash can. And then this is going to be associated with only the information for booking the appointment, which means that we need to get rid of, let's see. So this is for lookup. This is for booking the appointment. So I need to get rid of this. And then I need to get rid of this. Okay, that looks correct. So then what I need to do is I need to copy this over. And then this is going to be for the lookup client route. So connect here. And then Google Sheets is going to be over here. And then HubSpot is going to be down here, over here. Okay, so let's just check that. I'll clean it up a little bit. So tidy up. Okay, now let's go through this real quick to make sure that the logic's correct. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to call the number. And when I call the number, what it's going to do is it's going to use the lookup client by phone tool. When it does that, it's going to route through the switch node, and it's going to see that I'm using the HubSpot CRM. So it's going to route the workflow over here, and it's going to search for the contact in the database. Now, since I'm a new client, it's not going to come up with anything. So it's going to recognize that I'm a new client and say, this is Chloe, how may I help you? Instead of, hey, is this Anthony? Okay. And then later on, I'm going to book the appointment, and then it's going to route over here. And then it's going to go into this switch node. And this is when it's going to route based on HubSpot one more time. And then it's going to go into the workflow for creating the contact. That looks great. And now it's time to test it one more time.
Thank you for calling the Glow Clinic. This is Chloe. How may I help you today?
Hey, Chloe, I need to book an appointment.
I'd be happy to help you get started. To begin, what treatment are you interested in today?
I need to get Botox.
Wonderful. Botox is a popular choice. And have you had this type of treatment before? Yes or no?
No.
Perfect. Thank you for that information. The next step is to schedule a complimentary consultation with one of our specialists. Is that something you'd be open to?
Yes.
Excellent. What day would work best for you?
Can you do Friday?
Great. But I have a few times available on Friday, August 15th. Would any of these work for you? I have 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., and
Noon a.m. is perfect.
Great. I can book that for you. To finalize, what is your full name?
My name is Anthony Ton, T-O-N.
Okay, Anthony Ton. Just to confirm, I have you down for a consultation on Friday, August 15th at 8 a.m. for a consultation. Is that all correct?
That is correct.
Excellent. Your appointment is confirmed. You'll receive a text message with the details shortly. We look forward to seeing you at the Glow Clinic.
All right, so as you can see, it was able to automatically book that appointment, which is easy because we've already proved that it was able to do that. But the important part is now we need to go back to HubSpot, and then we need to hit refresh. And hopefully, if everything works, then it'll be added to our database. So as you can see, there it is. My contact has been added, and my email has been filled out, and my phone number has been added, and everything else. So as you can see, it's working perfectly. Just to recap what we did today is basically we went to N8N, and then we updated our workflow so that basically we could route to different CRMs. And how do we do that? Well, we created a couple of these switch nodes in order to tell the workflow that maybe we want to route to HubSpot, or maybe we want to route to Google Sheets, or maybe Go High Level, or whatever that may be. Okay. And then we did some debugging just to make sure that it was working exactly how it needed to do. And basically in terms of when you're using this template, basically all you need to do is download the template from my Skool community, import it to your N8N workflow. And then here you would just go into the CRM router, double click in, and then you would just go down here and click add routing rule. And then you would say something like, I don't know, custom CRM. Okay. And then once you've done that, then you would just click on the plus sign here and then just implement the same logic that we've been doing, right? So for example, you're going to need something for creating the contact in your database. So here it's creating the contact. If you want to handle deals as well, you would need another node for that. But the logic's literally the exact same thing. It's pretty easy to do. And like I said earlier, if you need help doing that, go ahead and leave it in the comments and I'll go ahead and build that for you. And, basically ship that out onto my Skool community. You just download it from there. Cool. So going over this, just if you need to get that information, go ahead and go to my Skool community. We're already at 46 members, which is pretty amazing. Thank you guys for joining. And so you just go to the YouTube tab and you just come over here and just I'm gonna make a post about it and just download all those documents just like that. And as always, if you have any questions, go to the one-on-one support tab and I will be there for you to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Okay. Now, if you like the series, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I'm going to do, let's see, 4 more parts, which is actually a lot, but basically, there's a lot more interesting stuff coming. So if you're excited to watch that, hit the subscribe button and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.